Hi, everybody. I have the wrong thing over there. Welcome. Let me make myself big while we chat. I'm so glad that you're all here. Happy Daily Pages 5th anniversary. I've got my Awesome Ladies Project shirt on. I know some of you have your Awesome Ladies Project shirts on or other assorted sundries. I am going to set us up with a little bit of talking while everybody gets in, and then we'll move over to some pages that we're going to create, and we're going to do giveaways, and I've got a video, and apparently this was not my intention. The video might make you cry, so warning. It's literally just daily pages and some music, but people were getting a little emotional last night, so I just want to have that warning up front. If you get emotional about imagine a graduation video. If that's the kind of thing that makes you emotional, it might make you a little emotional. Let me get our slides up so that I can talk to you about all the cool things. I have dropped a link in the chat. And the link in the chat is, I am literally listening to Lord of the Rings right now, so I do apologize if you get a bunch of Lord of the Rings references all day. I really am sorry about that, but also I'm not really that sorry about that. I'm dropping a link in the chat, and that link is the one link to Rule Them All. Because of the way Zoom chat works and because of the way that we're doing this whole live thing, if we have any links, if we have any things, if we need any updates, it's all going to happen in this living document. So that way, whatever updates we make, whatever things you have will always be correct in this document, as opposed to going and finding links that, we posted at the beginning and then it changed and whatnot. All you need to know is to bookmark this place. Nicole, I can see your face. That's exciting. Hi, everybody. I'm so glad that you're here. All right, let's chat a little bit about Daily Pages. So, as we go through this celebration, we're going to go over to my desk in just a couple of minutes and start making, but I know we have some new people here. I know we have people who have been doing Daily Pages with me since literally before live. But also we have people who are literally brand new, and this is their first Daily Pages experience. So I'm really excited that you're here, and I want to talk to you a little bit about what Daily Pages is. So real quick, Daily Pages is this conversation that you have between you and your notebook. It can be any size notebook. It can be any, I really like this passport size traveler's notebook. It's the size for me. But throughout the day, you will see people in other size notebooks and other forms of creating. There's nothing wrong with any way that you choose to be creative. In fact, I know Sarah is here. Sarah does literally, Sarah is a professional fine artist, and Sarah comes to Daily Pages to work on her art. And it is a way to show up for yourself. It's a way to show up for your creativity. And yeah, Julie, I was calling them morning pages. And then I think I literally wrote this out in my newsletter today about how I suck at mornings. So that was a fail. So more than anything, Daily Pages is about making it work for you. Whether that is you have absolutely no idea how you're going to fit time in, whether you don't know what supplies to use, lower the stakes. Literally one sticker on one page, literally glue in one little card. Did you get a cute postcard in the mail? Did you get does Doctors Without Borders want your money? And they sent you a whole bunch of little label stickers. Stick those down. Just make contact between your hands and the book. It is so important to just make that contact. So start with the list, add a sticker, add a sentence. It does not have to be deep. This is not, capital J journaling. We're not doing that. No one is worried about your prose. We're just here to tell stories and have fun. So my two big tenets of Daily Pages are permission and play. The idea of Daily Pages revolves around giving yourself permission. You say, I deserve to exist. I deserve to take up space in this world. If you are a paper crafter, if you are any kind of crafter, you know that your hobby takes up space. And it can be a really difficult mindset to say, hey, this takes up space, but it's for me. Especially in a world where society wants women to take up as little space as possible, physically, mentally, emotionally, all that stuff. We're literally trying to tell women to shrink themselves down all the time. In a space where that is happening, it is a really radical act to say, screw that. My notebooks are amazing. They tell my stories. They make me feel good, and they make me a better person, and they are going to take up space. So you have to give yourself permission to start. You have to give yourself permission to take up space. Take my permission. If you don't want to give it to yourself, I am giving you permission to do it. And then the second thing is that Daily Pages is all about play. It's not about marking off your to-do list. It's about having a special space inside your creative world where you can experiment, where you can play around, where you can feel like you have this safe space to make things that aren't Instagram worthy. So play with the things you already have. I will talk a ton about play today. Your stories matter. It's the most important thing. This is a place for all those stories that you don't get to tell anywhere else. The ones that don't really have a space in a full-size scrapbook page. The ones that don't really, come out when you're talking to your friends. Or maybe it is the ones that are coming out when you're talking with your friends. But this is the space where those liminal stories, we'll talk a little bit about orphaned photos. That's where this belongs. This is a place for you to tell your stories. All right, so we use pictures and creative supplies and words and bits of life. We'll talk all about that while we're making today. There's no wrong way to do this. Whatever you have is awesome. So I'm going to start with my notebook. I use a 5.5 by 3.5 inch notebook. Please use whatever notebook you like. If you are just starting out, I do really recommend that you start on a smaller notebook. It makes it easier to finish. It's just less real estate to feel like you have to fill up. So small books are a really great way to get started. Your basic scrapbook kit. I just did a podcast on this the other day, so I'm not going to go into too much detail, but you need a cutting tool, you need a gluing tool, and you need a writing tool. Everything else completely essential. Everything else is completely non-essential. But that's where we make it for you. That's where you bring in the things that are your style, the things that you're loving right now, the supplies that you really want to create with. There's no right or wrong way to do this because it is all about what works for you. You set the rules. You get to choose what daily means. For me, daily means Monday through Friday. We'll talk all about how you could join us for Daily Pages Live Monday through Friday in a little bit. But I don't do this project on the weekends. I just don't. I have a weekend. If you are the other way around and you can't do this project during the week and you only have the weekends, that's awesome. You set the rules. You get to check in with yourself and reflect on how this is going and how this is working for you. I know we have a bunch of teachers here. So the teachers are always at Daily Pages Live in the summer and then on school holidays. And it's always such a delight to see everybody on school holidays. It makes me so happy. And then it's also really fun because some school holidays are not full holidays. So it's really fun to sneak in and see your friends. So we'll talk more about how you can join us because that's the most fun thing in the entire world. But you also get to make changes. So if something was working for you in the past and now it's not working for you, you're allowed to change it up. You're allowed to fix it and make it the way so that you're having fun. We'll talk about minimum viable success while I'm creating, but it's basically what is the least that you're willing to do? How low can you set that bar? And we're doing really good at setting low bars in a lot of ways recently. So feel free to set your creative bar really, really low, the kind that you can just trip over. One sticker, literally one sticker, one word, one sheet of paper. Figure out what you can do on your worst, toughest day. And then that's your baseline. All right, friends, I think. Yeah, setting up for your, there we go, first live session. So we're going to talk all about setting yourself up for success. We're going to have a really good time. I have everybody on mute because you can see there are a lot of people here. So thank you all for being here. Thank you for coming. I'm so glad that you're all here. If you would like to ask a question or something, please come off mute. But since there are a lot of you here, if you are not talking, please keep yourself muted because, wow, we've got a little bit of a show here. All right, friends, I am going to turn around and I'm going to start creating. So let's head out to our first live session. And hopefully I'm going to click this button and everything's going to work. Oh, yes. I love when things work. All right, friends, this was my page yesterday. It's really cute. I'm going to make a couple of pages with you today. I've got 2 sessions. I actually did not tell you how we're doing this. So that was my first intro. We've got this live session here now where I'm going to be making a page with you. And then we're going to have a little intermission where I've got a great video from the community with all their pages, well, certainly not all of their pages, with a sample of their pages from the last 5 years. So we'll get into that, and then we'll have another live session after that, and then we're going to do giveaways. So we've got a whole thing planned. We'll be here till 2 o'clock, and if you have to leave at any time, don't worry. The recording is going to be available. So this is my page yesterday. It flips up. I made it out of a 5x7 art card that did not fit this way, so I needed to rotate my page this way, and it has a little story. So that's super fun. first thing that I wanted to do with you today. So if you're new to Daily Pages, cool, welcome. You will learn all about the things that I love to do. One of the things that I love to do is to fill out one of these currently cards. So I came up with this, oh man, a long time ago. A very long time ago. It was New Year's Eve on 2011? I think it was New Year's Eve 2011. And I was thinking, like, I need something to fill up my Project Life book a little bit more. And I just designed a 3x4 journaling card. And I've been making one ever since. So every Monday, I fill one of these out. I put it on one of my pages, and I fill up the other page. And like I was telling you guys earlier, I don't do Daily Pages on the weekend. So there is a little bit of that, like, re-entry, what is the word that I'm looking for? Friction. There's a little bit of re-entry friction on Monday for me. Let me zoom in a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. That's probably too much, but that's fine. There is a little bit of that re-entry friction for me. So having this currently list, knowing that I'm going to fill out a currently list and it's going to take up like half my entire page, it's also the story that I'm going to tell, makes it so much easier to just show up and make. So the first thing that we're going to do today is make a currently page. So if you downloaded the workbook, there is a free currently download in there. You can absolutely use that. When I'm making my currently page, a lot of the times I just like to use up crap. And so over here on the side of my desk, I keep a, now I'm going to have to zoom out so you guys can see this. I keep a large container of scrap strips. So this happens basically because this is 7 inches across and this is 5.5 inches across. So if you fold a letter size sheet of paper in half, you'll get the 5.5 inches twice. That's the 11. And then you have 1.5 inches left over of the 8.5 because you're only getting 7 here. So I naturally have a ton of like 1.5 inch by 11 inch scraps like this one. So they're just too pretty to throw away. So every once in a while, every so often, I will pull them out and I will make what I call a strip page. So we're going to pull these out today. And there's all sorts of stuff in here. So we're going to pull out some stuff. We're going to pull out cool colors, because I know that I don't have a ton of warm colors. Some of them are smaller scraps also. I've got some like patterned paper in here as well. Anything that is in this like 2 inches by 6 inches size is what I stick in my little strip drawer. All right. That one's cool. And if you have any questions about any of this stuff, please feel free. You can also, if you don't want to come off mute, type it in and someone else will come off mute for you. Or Jeff is doing moderation in the other room. He'll ask me the question. So don't feel like you need to come off mute and be on the recording if you want to ask a question. Ooh, I've got a bunch of pretty blue ones. That's really pretty. That's pretty. That's pretty. We'll add that in there. So a lot of these are gel prints. Some of these are patterned paper. This is origami paper that my sister-in-law bought me when she went to Japan. A lot of cool stuff. Okay, so we're gonna grab these. Too dark.
I have a question.
Yes.
So I could see myself hoarding all those strips forever. Is there a point where you like kind of purge them or
When they don't fit in the container.
okay.
I,
It's
that is
constrained.
Yeah,
Okay.
that is my like it really really works for me is to have, especially for things that like very much could be considered just garbage. If I stick to one size in one place, then that gives me the freedom to put whatever I want in there until nothing fits in there. And then I don't have to think about it anymore. Like, am I storing it in the right place? Blah, 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 blah. That's the container. I can fill it up as much as I want. And then before I actually get to filling it up, it will become annoying to use. Like when it's like 90% full, it becomes way too annoying to flip through all of them. So then I get the urge to clean them out. And actually, some of them are going in the collage packets that I made that we're doing as giveaways. So,
Oh, that's fun.
yeah, if you
I feel
like them.
that's like the push and pull of being a paper crafter is wanting to, use every scrap, but at the same time, it can become limiting if you're kind of forcing yourself
Yes.
to use every scrap.
And if you don't have a way to use your scraps, like, well, if you have to think about how to use your scraps, that's just creating more work for yourself.
Right. So it's like like you were saying earlier with permission, it's like the permission that I can get rid of the scraps.
Yes, and honestly, if my scraps don't work like in this way, like if they're if they're too small or too little, unless they're like gorgeous, like this one is really like I really like. Let me, like I really like this one. So like I have this little piece of paper, and I'm fine with that. But most of the time, like if this were like this one or something else, I wouldn't bother. I would just throw them out. I keep these scraps because I have a lot of them, and I use them on these strip pages, but if I didn't have a way to use them, I wouldn't keep them. So I love that you're bringing up that permission also goes the other way. Like, give yourself permission to get rid of stuff that doesn't serve you. Let's put this away. All right, we're going to figure out which ones of these we want.
Oh, I've got a question.
Yes.
What Daily Pages supply did you try and absolutely hate?
Oh, that's a good question.
If anything, you might have loved everything you've used. I just wondered because you have favorites and not favorites.
Anything bulky, which is it's and because there's so much like ever so slightly dimensional things that I would love to include in my pages. And it might make the page look good itself, but it makes the rest of the book, working in the rest of the book, just miserable. So I've done that a few times and regretted it.
Makes sense.
Whereas like
I was gonna say that's my answer too, is those enamel dots. Every single time I've used an enamel dot, I've regretted it.
Well,
it does. It makes everything bulky.
It makes everything right. And you like go to stamp on the back page and you're like, oh, why is there a big circle in my stamped area? And it's like, oh, right. Yeah, that thing. But that's why, like, and that's why I really love having a Book of Me project, like a very specific, this is a scrapbook project, so that I can use all of that dimensional stuff and like have fun with it, because I don't do it in Daily Pages. Also, there's like so many different things. Like I never would have gotten like good at gel printing if I didn't have Daily Pages to mess around with. Like if I didn't have ways to experiment with the gel prints themselves while like not making them, like having them be not too precious, then I never would have figured out what I like about gel printing, and I never would have leaned into the things that I'm good at with gel printing, and so on and so forth. So we're going to stick all these in here. That's going to go there. And then we're going to get one more. That'll go actually like on there. That'll go over there. Okay, cool. So now that's what I do. I set them up. I decide what's going where. And then I put all of my scraps away. Otherwise, I will not put them away. I am notorious for just leaving stuff out and making my desk a disaster. And since I want to make several pages with you today, we're gonna lean into cleaning up. We'll talk a little bit about Daily Pages Live. So if you're having fun and if you like doing this, and you are around Monday through Friday from noon Eastern till about somewhere between 12:45 and 1, you can come and do this with us. I do this every day, Monday through Friday, noon Eastern. I make a page. We have some share time. and it's, you know, generally the best part of my day. I get to do
And there's
stuff.
also no pressure to come every day. Like I generally come on Mondays, so
Thank you for, well, and you know, it's
whatever
fun.
day works.
Do
No one
and
takes attendance.
yeah, no, and also like you can just come and not make something.
Absolutely.
Like if you want to come and listen to your crafty friends, if you want to watch me make my daily page while you do the dishes, please. If you want to watch me do my daily page while you're like at work and a meeting,
Yep. That's what I do a lot of the time.
like
I love
that's
hanging out with everybody while I get boring work tasks done, and then it inspires me for when I want to make stuff later.
exactly. Um, so I use Chat GPT to I guess I use it the opposite way that everybody else uses it. I obviously don't need any help making like art or creative things or writing any of that stuff, but I do need help. Like, can you explain something to me from a business perspective, please? So like all these business terms that I don't understand or like have no desire to like go and read some MBA blog. Like nothing against that. That's not what does it for me. So I'll ask ChatGPT like, okay, if I want to set up the best sales page for this thing, what are the things that I need to include? And I was asking it, okay, how do I set up, you know, because I really hate doing sales. You know, capitalism. But I had to set up, you know, a little thing so I could show you all the cool offers we have today. And it was like, do you want to put in member testimonials? And I was like, I have some really good ones, but you know what? There's going to be a bunch of people at the event, and it was just going to sound better when they just, you know, chime in on their own and tell everybody what they actually love about daily pages. So I'm glad that you guys started doing that and you didn't even need any prompting. Much
We're smarter
appreciated.
than the AI for now.
I love it. All right, so let's get these strips in here. And I just kind of like find ones that kind of go together. Whether that's the same color family, like these all have a bunch of the Sharpie Creative marker lines on them. I think that's going to go there. It's going to go there. It actually might even go that way. Yeah, we'll do that.
Thing to say that you're costing me a fortune, but it's great. I'm just trying to stick some tissue paper to that double-backed paper that I bought that you suggested, and I'm having a lovely sticky time. And I've also just received, just got my Sharpie Creative markers, and oh, they are fabulous. So thank you, thank you.
Yes. And
The
you'll have to
sharp.
come to AFG Live next year to, you know, represent the Brit community because there's like 3 of us. So
Excellent, excellent. Um,
Plus just one in America. I don't sound British, but I am, I promise. Chris, and one of the things I was thinking is you're talking about like what's available with the daily pages. For me, my painting practice was kind of stuck at different times. And I found, because I'm on the Pacific coast, so it's like 9 o'clock in the morning, my time when you start the daily pages. And being able to come into the studio, but immediately be in this warm and welcoming, color obsessed, art supply obsessed community is just, it's just been such a beautiful place. And so I thank everyone for that. And then there was also a time a few years ago where I was traveling a lot because I was taking care of my parents who lived on the other side of the country when they were not doing well. And to be in this community at a time of like loss and grief was also just really powerful. So thank you for being the spectrum of grief and joy and a place to just be in community. I'm really grateful for that.
You're so welcome. Yes, everyone here is a real human. Like, everyone has real human things that we're going through. And I will say, like, half jokingly, half not jokingly, we did start doing daily pages live as a response to COVID. So there is a little bit of that, like, you know, trauma bonding happening. But we welcome in anyone who would love to be COVID trauma bonded with us. We are a very welcoming and open group, and we just love people who want to create their art. All right, let me get this page done so I can show you how to fill out a currently list. Does anyone else have any questions or anything? And remember, if you want to throw it in the chat, if you're new and you're like, I have no idea what's going on,
I moved to Daily Pages after getting really stuck in doing um, proper journaling with lots of watercolor and stickers and lots of writing, and I just found it so overwhelming. So that's where I just thought Daily Pages, fabulous. But my barrier is what I say. My writing is absolutely rubbish. So Mondays is fine because I've got a sticker of currently, but the rest of the time, I'm not really sure what I want to say because it's being re- um, limited by all the words and all the phrases that I've cut out of magazines or the wonderful Brandy Kincaid cards and things. Have you got any suggestions other than just practice my writing so I like it?
Yeah, ignore the words completely.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I will flip back through this book and I will show you here's a currently card, so that has words on it. There we go. This is a page that's literally just a picture of my studio, and so my words are my studio. This is literally just a sentence describing what's in the photograph. When you don't know what to say, really the easiest thing to fall back on are the reporter questions: who, what, where, when, why, and how. And even if it's just color, like why red, why green, and you don't actually need to use like English language words at all. Like you don't need to use words. Like you can literally just make pretty things. This one does not have words. This one literally just is a picture of Brooklyn like 15 years ago. And I wrote, I used letter stickers just to say where it was. This one just says take a nap. And if you feel limited by your supplies, literally use your handwriting. Just the Sharpie Creative markers are great because you can't be perfect with the Sharpie Creative markers. So this is a really great way to just here's one, this one, no words. This was in there to help it dry, and that was a stupid idea. But yeah, I do not have a lot of words. Like this one is just my Thursday 3. There's 3 things going on right now. But I think Kinjal mentioned there are prompts for each day on the website. So if you really need help, there are multiple prompts all over the place. I literally, inside Feminist Scrapbook School, one of the things that's actually not even on the sales page, it's kind of hidden, is we have tell your story prompts. So there's literally a tell your story prompt for every single day of the year inside Feminist Scrapbook School, which is a really great place to start if you actually want to do storyteller style journaling. But also like this, I would be just as happy, like I'm going to do this currently list with you guys because I want to show you currently list, but I would be just as happy with this page if I took a sticker and stuck the sticker down. Like it could be a pretty sticker, a cute sticker, what do I even have that would, this is obviously not the right thing, but like literally just one sticker, and be happy that I spent this time playing with these colors and these strips and putting them into a pattern, because that tells a story of itself. Like this is calm and serene and calming until you get to the big black bold lines that are just like really in your face, and it says enough. So I would worry less about what it is that you're saying and just make stuff. And the story will come out of what you're making.
Thank you.
All right. So I am currently
Hello,
watching.
everyone.
Go ahead.
Hi.
Hi.
Greetings from Buenos Aires, Argentina to everyone. It's a pleasure being here with you. Christine, I have a query because what I'm currently dealing with is the fact of making time for myself and for the art that I love doing on a daily basis. Do you have any kind of suggestion, recommendation, any tip for make this a really daily? Not because that I have to, because it's like I want to make this on a daily basis, but I'm not currently finding how.
Yes. So let me tell you how I did it. I started Daily Pages when I was in like a really serious creative burnout period. I had like a bunch of deadlines. I was writing for magazines, and it was just an insane amount of work for not nearly enough compensation in a bunch of different ways. And it was just burning me out. I had to create things that I was not super passionate about. And then I felt like whenever I was trying to create my own stuff, I just wasn't that good at it anymore. So I literally started out with daily pages in the summer of 2018. And I picked out, like, I would grab literally one sticker and I'd put one sticker down. And it took me a while to figure out what time of day was best for me. Eventually, it wound up being noon Eastern. But the first thing that I would do is think about where you have like 3 minutes in your day, 3 to 5 minutes in your day, that's already kind of attached to something else that you do on a regular basis, whether it's like drink coffee, brush your teeth, scroll before bed, wherever you have that routine, see if you can find 3 to 5 minutes and add that to a thing you're already doing. Because it's really, really, really hard to carve out new time for a new habit, but it's a lot easier to add a new habit to a habit that you already have.
Absolutely. Makes total sense.
You're very welcome.
Thank you very much.
I know that there's I just did a podcast. If somebody would like to find the most recent podcast where it's like, how do you do daily pages if you work 40 hours a week, and drop that link, that would be really helpful. So what am I currently watching? Oh, You. I'm on the 4th season of You. I know the final season comes out the end of the month, so I'm racing to finish. That's been fun. The Studio has been really good. It's very funny. It's with Seth Rogen. It's on Apple Plus, and he has a television movie studio, and he plays a movie executive. And apparently, he's been getting all mean calls from movie executives all week about how he's too like spot on, and he's making them feel all emotional. So that's very funny. What am I reading? I'm reading Iron Flame again because escapism. Yeah. Dragons. I'm listening to the Arcane soundtrack. I'm making daily pages. I'm feeling okay, which is great because I had headaches all week. The weather has been crazy. Planning. What am I planning now? I've been planning this for so long that what's next? Next month, we're doing a daily pages and scrapbooking workshop for our monthly workshops that we do, and National Scrapbook Day. So come and hang out, and that'll be fun. I've got some sketches for you. I'll send you out a, what's it called? Supply list and plan a couple of weeks beforehand, and we'll have a really great time. So I'm planning that. More workshops. Also, what am I loving? I am loving that it's finally slightly warmer. Yesterday, I went over to my tomato seeds and I saw that there were 3 tomatoes growing. So, clearly I'm doing something right. I think I have 180 plants growing, so. That seems like a lot now, but half of them are going to die before they even get to big plant size. And then half of them are going to die when I transplant them outside. So, I only have 30 real plants. So I'm going to put the date on here. I only ever date the front of my album. Come on, Kristen. Front of my album. And then I will date the back page. And we'll probably finish this book up today while we're here during celebration. Then I can start a whole new book on Monday. I love starting a new book on Monday. I just wrote a newsletter. I think it was last week's newsletter. That's The Joy of Completion, which that's fine. About how it feels really good to finish a notebook. And it does. So we might finish this notebook here today. So I'm going to take this date stamp and we're going to go to April 5. I should know the date. I've literally only written it out 1,000 times. April 5, 2025. We're going to grab our stamp. And I'm going to stamp right up there. Okay. So this is exactly how I would make a Monday page. So Monday, I, flip this open, I create a currently, I fill out the currently, I do that. And then, that's it. And when I'm looking back through my notebooks, like I have my big crate of notebooks right here. I'll actually show you real quick. Let me zoom out and I will show you my big crate of notebooks. So when my notebooks are finished, they go in here. My camera is zoomed out as much as possible, so I do apologize that I can't show you the entire thing. But they are sorted by chronological order. So like my oldest notebooks are here. So let's see. I can do this and show you my oldest notebooks. Yeah, June 30th, 2018. This is the first page. So again, like, this is literal garbage. Like, this is literally a piece of garbage that I saved from the garbage. This is also garbage. So don't feel like this has to be precious. This literally just start. This is my second page. Again, one sticker and a journaling card with a stamp on it. This is, an I am mind map. These are not precious. These are not like well thought out. This is just me sticking stuff down on a page. See, today is I guarantee you that I made these 3 pages, right? 1, 2, 3. And then I put this book away for a couple of weeks. And now I have this one that's today's the perfect day for a fresh start. So this was a screenshot. No, we still don't know how to pronounce her name. Things I love about the podcast. Just very simple things in my first book. Some words, some things. I was doing orphaned photos even back then. We'll talk a little bit about orphaned photos in our next page. But just like, again, tiny little things. Let this be like a commonplace book for you, a junk journal. It's a place where you just get to show up and be yourself. You can write little jokes and all sorts of things. Like, so you can see that this book, this book did only take me a month. I must have done a couple of pages at the same time. Yeah, I did. Because I know that I did this page, this Ali Wong page, and this hand page at the same time. So this is my first book. So, like, allow yourself to be a beginner. Allow yourself to have fun. Allow yourself to just, pull a tag out of a shirt and use that as an embellishment. Make your pages a little bit interactive if you want. Little flips. Make them you. That's really the most important thing. So that's my first book. And then this is the one that I did right before Christmas. I think this has a bunch of gel prints in it. Yeah. So again, sometimes my pages aren't good. Like, this is not good. This is, and when I say good, I mean that in this does not show up pretty on camera way. Like, you can't even read the words. But, like, that's fine. This was the page I made today. I know that I was playing around with my gel plate and doilies and playing around. And with daily pages, it's not the end result that matters. It's the time that you are spending being creative. It's the process. It's the having fun and enjoying the whole cutting stuff up and gluing it down. So this is my book from right before Christmas. Lots of little things. I'm a huge fan of this like color collage. I love just like bits of things with color on them, so I sort all of my stuff by color. Here's a strip page. I sort all of my stuff by color in these clear bins. I'm going to show you real quick. So I can very easily dump everything out and make a little collage page. So, cool stuff. This is my last book. All right. Like, very simple. Like, this does not have any words on it, but I wanted to use up some gel prints because I had a bunch of little tiny gel print scraps that like were pretty, but I didn't want to throw them away yet. So I got a pennant and just, now it looks like all the little flags that you see on all the places, but just like in way cooler colors. So Very, very, very simple. Like, this is just literally strips and a sticker. And that's all that it has to be sometimes. You will find the things that you are faster at, and this does not have an ending, because this is the last day of November, and then I went to my December daily, and then I picked a new book out for January. So at some point I will fill this in, but also maybe I won't, because it doesn't really matter either way. So I'm going to put this back. Does anyone have any questions about those?
No, but I just wanted to say I think like the Daily Pages books are great because they're not so precious. And so if you get new stuff, you can play with it and you can make a mess and you can then either never look at it again, or when I always find when I take my books out, there's more pages I like than I dislike. Whereas when I was doing them, you know what I mean? When you're doing it, you might be like, oh, that's not that good. And then when you look back, you're like, oh, I've like progressed, or that was a really good page that I forgot I'd done. And it also then helps you go on to other projects. So you do a page and you think, oh, I quite like that idea. I think I'll, make a card with the same idea.
I think that's such an important point. I think that's such a big, thing that matters. All right. Hi, friends. I'm so glad that everybody's here today. I'm going to flip this around real quick, and I want to tell you a little bit about our daily pages Monday through Friday. So if you're still creating, please go for it. And I'm going to flip my little camera over real quick and tell you a little bit about our daily pages at noon, because as you can see, it's important to a lot of people, not just me. There we go. Oh, here I am. Hi, everybody. Let me turn so you can see you, and I'll put myself in the middle. So more info about daily pages. So I'm going to show you guys this one again at the end, because that's just how it works. Move myself over here. We do this every Monday through Friday. We make these pages. I spend about a half an hour making my page each day. So you got a good half an hour of solid creative time. You can make pages. You can do art. You can do anything really, basically, that you want. So you can join me Monday through Friday in Daily Pages Live. It is available in the Daily Pages Inner Circle. So did I make the nice, cute little graphic? I didn't. So I have a nice, cute little graphic that I didn't put in here that tells you the difference between the newsletter upgrade, the Inner Circle, and then Feminist Scrapbook School. So basically, the newsletter upgrade, which is $8 a month. Let's go back here. Yeah, newsletter upgrade, which is $8 a month, gets you our first Saturday of the month workshop, like this one, where we dive into a new technique each month. Whether it's journaling, whether it's stickers, whether it's gel printing, we do a deep dive on one specific technique and how you can implement that in your creative journals and your daily pages, however you like to create. You also get access to our full Daily Pages archive. Oh, thank you. My cute graphic explanation. Oh, my cute graphic explanation is in the link here. Thank you, Jeff. So if you did click on that link, then I can open it up and read it, actually, and I don't have to remember what I said. So, right, with the newsletter, you get our full Daily Pages archive, which is every video that I've created, all the recordings from that, every Monday through Friday video. You also get the live masterclass that we do on the first of each month. We've done some really good ones. We've done how to get back into the swing of things, how to scrapbook, how to set yourself up for holidays, how to do gel printing, how to do stickers, how to do color, we've got a bunch of really great ones. The next month we're doing Daily Pages and scrapbooking. And I'm going to teach you how to use sketches to create really quick pages. And that's really fun. So that's $8 a month. This weekend, all of the upgrades on the newsletter are 20% off. So it's $6.40 a month if you sign up today or tomorrow. And then if you want to join us live every Monday through Friday at noon Eastern, you can join the Daily Pages Inner Circle. We have these live sessions every weekday, Monday through Friday, noon Eastern. You come live. You can come whenever you want. You can come every day. You can come every Monday. You can come whenever it is you're, home from work. It is just an amazing community. If you need a little bit of accountability and you want it to just be nice, kind humans who are also inspirational, come and join us. It is a great way to actually build your habit. So that includes the daily, everything you get in the newsletter upgrade, you also get in Inner Circle, and you get to join us Monday through Friday, noon Eastern. Also 20% off right now. Feminist Scrapbook School is my big offer. That's where you basically have everything that I create. You get everything in the newsletter, you get everything in the Inner Circle, and then you get all of the Feminist Scrapbook School courses. So we have a Book of Me course, which we're running right now. It's all about different artists' inspiration, so you get a new lesson of that each month. There's dozens of other self-paced courses in there, technique classes, selfie classes, just basically how to level up as a creative artist, how to be a better storyteller, all sorts of really great stuff in there. We also have another monthly live masterclass in there with some fresh seasonal topics. This month's masterclass is all about planting your creative seeds and learning how to build yourself an idea seed bank. We got some really great stuff in there. There's private podcast feeds, and there's also a coaching session and podcast that you are invited to on Wednesday evenings. So lots of stuff. Like if you want to come and hang out with me, if you want to come and spend time and learn all of my stuff, then join Feminist Scrapbook School because you get everything. If you just want to build your daily pages routine and you want to show up and come out and hang out with us from noon Eastern, Monday through Friday, join Inner Circle. If you can't make it Monday through Friday, noon Eastern, and you just want to level up your skills, self-paced, and join us on, one Saturday a month, upgrade the newsletter. There is a link in this graphic to the newsletter coupon code. So I'm going to literally put that one also in the chat right now. So that has the coupon code right in it. You can see the prices are a little wonky. I think it says coupon code on there, but that is that. And also, if you sign up for Inner Circle today, I am going to send you a collage packet in the mail. I will be giving some of these collage packets away during our giveaways in our next session. So if you are already a member and you're like, but I want one, I got you. We are going to do some giveaways and it will be available. All right, friends. Does anyone have any questions about this stuff? Daily Pages Inner Circle, we've got Daily Pages Live, monthly workshops, access to the full archive, and like amazing humans. This is all about just making your habit work. All right. Any questions about any of that stuff or Daily Pages or anything in particular?
Is there a way to subscribe to it all?
You are already subscribed to it all.
Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome. I'm going to leave this up real quick and put myself over here.
Kristen, I can't see the price for the Feminine Scrapbook School. I can see Daily Pages Inner Circle.
Let me get you the link for that one.
Thank you.
I'm going to get you the link for that one. Here is the link to Feminist Scrapbook School specifically. All right, friends, if you are here and you have, stuff to do because you're normally here with us for an hour, I totally get it. Don't feel like you need to stay and hang out and celebrate with us the whole time. We are going to take a break for a couple of seconds. I am going to put on a really cool video that I hope you love with a bunch of pages from everybody over the last 5 years. We had a bunch of really, really, really good, I don't even know, response rate? I guess that's a stupid way of putting it. A lot of really wonderful people sent me their pages, so I am really, really excited to share those with you. We're going to take a 10-minute break. I have this video. It's going to loop for you twice, so if you missed somebody's pages the first time, don't worry. They'll be back around. And I will also put this video in with the recording, like separately, so that you don't have to like scroll to the middle of the recording and like watch the middle 10 minutes if you were here. So we'll have that separately for you as well. And also take a second to use the bathroom, grab some water, get a snack, move your body around, and we'll be back in 15 minutes. No, we'll be back in 10 minutes. I lied. We'll be back in 10 minutes, top of the hour, and we'll make another page. All right, friends, I'm going to give you this intermission video, and we'll be back in 10 minutes, top of the hour.
sound. I don't hear sound.
I don't either hear sound.
No, I don't think.
That's okay. They're still pretty.
You want me to provide a overarching commentary? These are beautiful by Zoe. Hexagons by Donna. Yay, Donna. They are very bright colours.
Love those flowers.
Yes, and with the vintage stamps. I love that plus plus one, maroon.
Fabian.
Julia, that's gorgeous.
I love all of the ones I've seen so far.
I'm loving all the colors.
Amy, yes, you are the sticker queen. You are the sticker queen. I know you're the stickers.
I do love my stickers.
I love stickers.
Where's the best place to get stickers then?
Oh, Joyce, that's a lovely page with the writing. Look at that. Moon.
So moody.
Pretty.
Best place for my stickers is I just let everybody know I love them.
Kirsten does amazing stuff with the labels as well. Yes, the beer labels, exactly.
I love stickers so much.
Laura's the stamp queen. Her husband makes the best
The
stamps.
wood queen. My golly,
Yeah.
what she does with
Oh, I
wood.
love these. Newspaper. Excellent.
Yes, Laura, the clustering. Look at this guy. No.
Oh, I like your idea, Laura.
Yeah.
You got another Brit there because you got NHS, I saw.
Rainbows. Oh, I love those colors.
I do too.
Yes, the purple.
Hi, Candy.
What I love about the pages though is everyone's pages are different and feel awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Nicole! Cactus! Yes.
They can't hear the music.
Yes, Helen. Oh, the flowers. The Cocoa Daisy Queen is Helen.
Such simple elegance.
Yes.
Palette's beautiful.
I love Alison's pages. They're minimalist and amazing.
I love that. I'm fine. No, really, this is great.
That's a good branding secret. Carol Ann, I mean, if there is no
Maybe because of the Scotty.
Please.
Dear Alice.
And coffee. Dogs and coffee. You know we're talking about Carol Ann.
And flowers.
And flowers.
And Vicky Booton.
Yes, and Vicky Booton.
Oh, these are wonderful. I love the different language.
Wow.
French is gorgeous here.
Marianne.
Marianne and the. Oh,
Can you hear me at all?
Oh, lovely.
Oh, so
No,
good.
they can't hear me at all.
Oh, here you now.
That's beautiful.
I hear you now,
Ah,
Chris.
beautiful things.
Those are so nice.
Oh, the picture.
Everybody.
Brilliant.
Can you guys hear me at all talking right now?
Yes.
Yes, we can
Okay,
hear
they
you
can hear me
talking.
right now talking, but you can't hear the music.
No
Nope.
music. Nope.
Country.
Oh, it's so interesting.
That's yeah.
It was okay. It made us all
There it is.
talk.
How about now?
Yes. Yeah.
Hilarious.
Great slideshow, Kristen.
Well, now you get one loop through with the music.
Yay.
Hi, friends. Thank you so much for watching that. Thank you so much to everybody who took the time to go through their daily pages and pick out a few of their favorites. There were some really, really great things in there. So thank you so much for taking the time. Thank you so much for writing up such nice things and helping me to share our great project with this awesome community. The tornado sirens just went off, but it is just a test. We do have our monthly tornado siren test at 1 p.m. on the first Saturday of every month, which usually lets me know that it's time to start wrapping up my normal daily pages workshop that we do on the first of each Saturday. But today we are here for another hour. So I am going to flip back over to the other, my desktop and make another page. And these tornado sirens will stop as well. All right, friends. I think I clicked this and I said, nope. I click over here. There we are. That's the right button. When you have so many buttons, sometimes you don't know where to click. All right, friends, let's get back to this. And actually, before we get started, I want to show you some of the prizes that we have for giveaway stuff. So stay till the end. You'll see who wins these giveaways. I'm going to zoom out because they're all great. So this is mild liners and click arts and a really good journaling pen. This is Sharpie regular markers, 32 count of regular Sharpies. This is the big journaling set that also has the mild liners. It has 2 different colored mild liners, more of the click arts, really fun things, a notebook, washi tape, and I've also got 2 of my collage kits that we're going to do for giveaways. So stick around until the end of today, end of our session, end of our party, so I can tell you all about who is winning those giveaways. And my gosh, they really need to turn those tornado sirens off. All right, friends, let's build another page. I'm going to open up my page to my next notebook. And we'll also have a little bit of time for sharing at the end here. Depending on how many people are here, we may do a whole, hold your page up at the same time thing. Because that might be what we have time for today. So other thing that I've got going on actually today. So this is my Daily Pages stamp set. And right now, in the Awesome Ladies Project shop, if you buy the Daily Pages stamp set, you get free shipping on whatever it is that you buy. The code should just literally work if you put the Daily Pages stamp set into your cart. Everything should just be free shipping. That link is also in the living document. So if you need the link, it's in that, one link to rule them all. It'll take you right to the Daily Pages stamp set, and we made it really easy for you. You literally just put the stamp set in your cart, and then free shipping shows up. So you don't need to know any codes. If you want to know the code, it's DP5A, which has been my code for everything for today. And that is available to you. So I'm going to grab actually a large stamp. We're going to play. So this is my Daily Pages stamp set. We're going to make a page that's all about...
Kristen,
Yes.
I'm excited. Oh, I was going to say.
is the free shipping for international too?
No, it is not. Thank you for asking. If you are international though, and you want to put in an order, I will give you the same discount code. I'll give you the $9.50 off shipping. Just send me a message.
I'm excited to see you use the Daily Pages stamp set because I always struggle with the meta type of, you know what I mean? The scrapbooking about scrapbooking stamp sets and stuff like that. So I'm really curious to see what you play with.
Yeah. Yeah, so actually what I'm going to do, I'm going to make 5 things I love about Daily Pages page. So we're going to take a big stamp. And one of the ways that I really like to use these letter stamps, the prompt stamps, I love mind maps. Not everybody loves mind maps, that's fine. But I love a good mind map, so. Oh, I accidentally hit the mute button, like with my fist. I'm sorry. I've got a cute paper. This is a paper that I just use to clean my brayer with, when I'm doing gel prints. So like you can see, like this one I did not clean very well, so it has paint all over it. But normally I'm pretty good at cleaning them, and I get these cool painted pages. So I'm going to cut this down. We're going to cut it down. So we'll start here. And we want it to be 5.5 inches tall, so we're going to 5.5. Get these out of the way. And then we need 7 inches here in the middle. Ooh. Always use your cutting tool on a level surface, friends. 3.5. 3.5. So those will go in our little scrap pile. This will get out of my way. This just goes right in here like this. I probably should have cut them to shorter than 3.5, because when you get to the back of the book, like I'm at the back of the book, and you can see that the page already has this like curve here, it's just not going to stick down as well in that curve area. So if I cut it shorter and anchor it to the middle of the curve, or even a little bit like past the middle of the curve, it will stick in the book like so much better. These are the things that you learn after sticking things in notebooks for 5 years. All right, so I like to glue the outside edge of the page so that I know that it's adhering. And then we're going to glue the other 3 edges of the page. I'm not going to do it very well. That's fine. So this goes like this. Did I do this right? No, I didn't do this right. It actually goes this way, which means I need to add glue to this side. In the end, it doesn't actually matter, but I do like how it looks lined up, so. But I'm going to put it right here, and like I left a pretty big gap on this one. So let's do that. And then you can see that there's a bunch left over. Like there's just a solid chunk. So I'm going to take my scissors and just cut that off. And then, obviously you do not use the same scissors for paper as you do for sewing. Just don't. The sewists will do violence to you. But also, when you have scissors, like good paper scissors, you need to take care of them. And the easiest way to take care of them is to literally just clean them with alcohol once in a while. Get the sticky stuff off. And if you can have a pair that you don't use on sticky stuff whatsoever, that's awesome. That was this pair for me for a long time, but then I've had this pair of scissors now for like 10 years, so in the end they all become sticky scissors. But they're easy to clean. You just open up the blades and take a microfiber cloth or something, and you just rubbing alcohol away all of the stuff. And even if you do not get it all off, your scissors will work infinitely better than they did before you clean them. So I'm a huge fan of taking the time to clean your scissors. We'll glue this in here.
See, and this is why I come here. They don't teach that in art school?
No, they don't. Yeah, clean your scissors. Oh, I did this wrong. No, I didn't. I did this right this time. Right, so that gets to go in here. Fabulous, fabulous. So now we've got our background. And if you don't have gel prints, don't worry about it. Use whatever you want as a background. Lots of patterned paper. I have tons of patterned paper. And I'm literally just in a gel print phase right now. So when you do, notebook stuff, like whenever you do any kind of art for so long, you have phases where you're using certain supplies, you're into certain things. Right now I'm way into gel prints. I've been way into solid color washi and all sorts of other stuff. It's good. It's a fun thing. I need a permanent pen. Here's my permanent pen. No, that's not the one that I want. Where's the one that I want? I don't know. That's fine. Okay. We'll just use these Sharpie Creative markers.
Why shouldn't you use the Sharpie Creative markers?
I mean, if you have to, you'll have to just use the Sharpie Creative marker. We're a little bit obsessed with the Sharpie Creative markers right now.
I'll have the Sharpie Creative marker.
I need the other ones. I
gotta
promised
get the
myself
set.
I would buy them today after celebrating Daily Pages. That would be my present.
You've got to get the new set. Yeah, you've got to do it. They're so gorgeous. And I'm very surprised that there's no crossover. Every color is different from the original set. I thought that like, they might duplicate the black or something. They didn't. They're all unique.
Well, and there's two purples.
Is there two purples? Let me go have a look.
What are they called? So that
Sharpie
you know
Creative
they're
markers.
different? Yeah, but what's the difference in the two sets?
I think this is the Earth Tones set.
Yeah, they might be also called materials. I was looking on a number of websites because I was worried about the duplication thing too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
No, you're right. There is two purples.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, two new purples, and like there's so three purples in general. I know it looks a bit blue on my screen, but yeah, those are all purples.
Yeah.
Yeah. I separated them into warm and cold.
Yes. Yes.
For my
Oh,
coloring
that's
trick.
brilliant. I don't want to stamp with this ink on this.
Stays on?
I picked the non-stays on.
Ah.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We're just going to take out an embossing powder because, again, who doesn't have embossing powder? Just lying around in there like everything's 5 years old crap. Yeah, so we're going to get, ooh, yes, ultra thick embossing enamel. Ooh, let's do that. That's exciting.
Ooh, you do, yeah.
Yeah,
So
right?
There's no judgment. The supplies are. That's the one thing I love about this community. There's many things I love, but there's also no judgment on the Studio Calico sticker that's been sitting in my drawer since like 2012.
Right, there's no judgment on that. If you want to go and get supplies at the dollar store, go and get supplies at the dollar store. Like, no joke, the dollar store actually has some really cute craft stuff. If you want to get your supplies from the garbage, like, if all you want to use is garbage, like, please do that. No one is judging you based on like, oh, you don't have the new whatevers. Except the Sharpie Creative markers.
We will enable you, but
We
we
shall
will not
judge you.
judge you. We won't judge you, but we will enable you. You need someone to encourage you to buy things.
Well, it's better that, you have friends encourage you to buy things than like just random heads on the internet.
Yeah. And I will say though, like in all jokes aside though, like I do feel that, and it's super fun to joke about the enabling because hey, I'm that girl.
Yes.
But there's also a lot of encouragement to just use what you have.
Right. Right. There's no need to. There are so many of us that have more stuff than we could ever possibly know what to do with. And there's no need to like go out and get more if you are content with what you have. So I'm going to dump that off. This is all going to go back in here. We're going to use our heat gun. My ultra thick embossing enamel. Yeah, the one thing that I would really like to be doing and putting in daily pages are shrinky dinks because I have some shrinky dink material, but they end up too thick for daily pages. So that might be in one of my actual book of me pages this year is like all sorts of little shrinky dink. I don't even know what I like literal like actual charms. Because I bought some Shrinky Dink paper, and the Sharpie Creative markers and the Shrinky Dink paper are, like, just awesome. They're very, very cool. Okay, so this is now finally, you can kind of see it drying, melting. And as soon as it melts, it's pretty much dry. As soon as the little ice crystal-y things don't exist anymore. It is totally dry.
Embossing powder is magic.
what am I, you know what, I'm gonna clip this to my my pocket, because I keep putting my hip into the drawer and muting myself by accident. So now I stuck the button in my pocket. All right, cool. So I'm going to grab our little stamp. Stamp. You go here. Get my little Daily Pages notebook, and that's going to go over here. All right. So I probably, if I was thinking about this like in a forethought kind of way, I would have put my 5 up here because I want it to be like 5 things about Daily Pages. But you know what? Our words are just going to go all over the page, and it doesn't matter because Daily Pages is for you. This is not something that you're like putting in a magazine or... And you know what? We're just going to continue to use this embossing enamel on this because I'm a little bit lazy. Ooh, I wonder if this is going to show up. So I'm going to use this watermark stamp pad. And I'm definitely going to stamp it on the wrong side of the stamp first, because that's fun. So we're going to stick this down here. Watermark stamp. And I don't know how this is going to come out. I really have no idea. So let's move this over so I can actually get it in the book. One of the things with stamps, sometimes you have to really figure out where you want it on the block so that you can get it where you want it on the page. And I still didn't center that very well. And I don't know if we're going to be able to see it with this clear embossing enamel. But they have colored embossing enamel too. But also, this might just be clear. I think this might just turn out clear and we're not going to see any of it. But there's other things that we can do once it's done drying. Okay, so I can barely see it. So I know you guys can't see it. But we're going to dry that and then add some paint on top. Because this stuff, this embossing enamel, will act as a resist. So we can paint right over it. And it should show up in like negative. But as you can see, this is what I do in Daily Pages. I do experiments. I figure out how things work because I don't want to wait until some special scrapbook page to try out something cool for the first time and then mess it up and then feel like I've messed up my big scrapbook page. So I love playing around in here with just, you know, stuff, you know, different things. So I'm going to grab some watercolors now, and we're going to watercolor right over this. We're going to... Do I have some water in here? I don't have any water in here. That's fine. We can just add some water to our little bowl. So we're going to flip open these watercolors. Find a color we like. This is already green. Maybe we'll add some green. Because we've got green down there also. So let's go into one of these darker greens. Get some on our brush. Put it over here. It's a little too yellow for me. Let's get... And I want a lot of water. So that we can go right over this.
Oops.
Hi, puppy.
Little puppy.
Daily Pages, so. Now we have our little resist. Literally just take that brush, go right across, and we're going to dry it.
That was so cool.
That was pretty cool, right? Get off of there. What I really need is a tiny little tissue. Do I have tissues? I don't. That's fine. We'll use a little piece of paper. I want to soak up a little bit of that that paint on the P. So that and kind of clean it off a little bit. Yeah, there we go. And then if you want, you can use the Sharpie Creative markers to go over it, or any other permanent marker. If you win the Sharpies and I send them to you, you can use those. Any permanent marker will be great. So that's Daily Pages. And then this stamp set has a bunch of the prompts on it. So if you want a Currently Monday, it has a Currently Monday. If you want a Technique Tuesday, it has a Technique Tuesday. If you want a Washi Wednesday stamp, or Thursday 3, or Feminist Friday, they're all on here. I also have one that says Good Enough, because that's the mantra that I want you to be messing around with, is, you know, just make something that's good enough. Like, that's awesome. Good enough is great, especially for this.
Kristen,
Yes.
you're going to have to explain Staple Day.
Staple Day. Let me grab a book.
Yeah.
Staple Day
We have that in another stamp.
is the staple day. When you open up a book and you get to the middle of the book and you see the staples, that means you're halfway through. It's kind of like, you know how the kindergartners have the 100-day of school celebration to celebrate being halfway done with school?
I love that.
Yes, it's staple day.
100%.
Celebrate that you're halfway through the book.
Amazing.
We also have Upside Down Day.
Yes. The Upside Down Page Club. Come join the Upside Down Page Club. That's when you accidentally make a page upside down. That's when you're real, like, that's a real... If we were making achievements, like, for, like, video games, that would be a secret achievement. Where did the little stamp go? Here's the stamp. So I put the StazOn ink on here, because I re-ink my StazOn every single time. I just do. It comes out so much better, and it takes literally 5 years to go through a re-inker, so re-inking it every time. This way, I do not have to worry about any type of smudging, because the StazOn is permanent ink that dries immediately, and since I am stamping right on the gel print, the painted gel print, I could use a VersaFine like this, which is my go-to ink, but it will take longer to dry, and I don't feel like wasting all of our time sitting here watching me dry more things. So I'm going to grab these Sharpie Creative markers. Love these. I'm going to get a black brush one. What else? What other colors do we have? We have green. Let's grab green. I love yellow, so we'll grab yellow too. And like I said, I love mind maps, so I'm literally just going to give myself 5 places to write different things about why I love Daily Pages. Okay, so other cool thing about the Sharpie Creative markers. So there are brush point and there are bullet point. Bullet point is really good for titles. So let's make a big bold title. So we got big letters. I'm going to make them even bigger. Actually, we're going to go over them. Make them a little bit bigger. We're going to dry those. I'm going to dry them real quick with a heat gun. It will take me 2 seconds. And then I'm going to take this black marker and we're going to go right over it. The other nice thing that I really like about these markers is that when you use the heat gun on them, you can tell immediately when they're dry. So it's like very convenient. So we'll just kind of give ourselves little, use the green as like a shadow. You should probably have been on the bottom, but that's fine. Make this a little bit bigger so it looks even. All right, love Daily Pages 5, and then Sharpie Creative Marker is great because it wrote on the paint and then the embossing, and then the paint, no problem. And this is obviously not like English, like love 5 reasons daily pages, but like we get it, right? We're all intelligent enough to understand how that goes. 5 reasons I love daily pages. Play. And like, because I'm using this big thick marker, I am keeping my journaling to less words. If I were using like a pen or like even like I could have used this permanent pen and I would have had more room for, you know, a bunch of words, but we're using the Sharpie Creative marker, so I'm going to stick with like 1 word, 2 word phrases. Community. So we're just going to put friends because I don't think I can type community. I don't think I can write community. Friends. Skill. I love that I can like actually get better at things. Because when you're only making things to show to the world and everything that you're making is a presentation, you have no room to experiment and figure out how to actually get better at things. Because the best way to get better at things is to screw up. And if you're constantly performing in public, you're much less likely to give yourself the grace to screw up. All right, that's going to go there. 5 reasons I love daily pages. Yeah, I just stuck my hand in that, so that's fine. I'm going to try not to put it back on the page. Use up my stuff. Like the scraps, like the stamps, like all these things, it just gives me a place to use things. I love using up sticker sheets. I just love having a place where all of this happens. All right. Love daily pages. Use up my stuff, skill, community, play, record, or record. Both of them. It's a really great record of, you know, who I am, my stories, my pictures, my everything. So 5 reasons I love daily pages. They have a record of my life. They let me level up my skills. Gives me a space to play with my friends. And I get to use up all my stuff. I think this came out pretty cool. Very happy with this. All right, I have 1 page left in this book. So let's make that page 2. Let's make that. What kind of pages have I been creating recently that have been fun? I've been making those tissue paper pages. We can bring out some of that tissue paper. So here's this tissue paper that I've been making. It is a, you know, art tissue paper that I got at Blick. This is the Spectra art tissue. It is 20 sheets, and they're 20 inch by 30 inch sheets. So like, again, it is an insane amount of tissue paper. 20 colors. And it is the kind where if you get it wet, it's going to bleed a little bit, so you can do really cool things with it. So I put it on the back of some adhesive, and now I have tissue paper stickers whenever I want. So we're going to pull out some fun colors, some scraps that I've got, and we'll make a page, a little collage page with some tissue paper. So I'm going to put away the browns and the greens and the more naturey colors. We'll use that for something else. And we'll play with all of these fun, bright colors today. So things like this, things like putting adhesive on the back of tissue paper, doing currently on Mondays, all of these things make it a lot easier to just have fun. So sometimes I will, instead of, you know, spending 30 minutes creating an entire daily page, I'll spend 10 minutes creating a page, and I'll spend the other 20 minutes making these stickers so that I can use them, later. So we're going to take off this backing, literally just start sticking some stuff down. We've got that there. And I left some of the tissue paper off the adhesive so we get a little bit of texture. And because it is like, it's like we can take this and we can rip it. We can get a really cool ripped look as well. And it's still totally adhesived, stickered, however you want to put it. So then you get that cool ripped edge. And we'll just put that there. And these are really great. Like, if you want to incorporate some stuff, some tissue paper, some texture, because it is super thin, you can add a bunch of layers and it's not going to bulk up your book at all. It also makes the tissue paper a little bit stronger, so you're less likely to rip the tissue paper when you're playing around with it. So we're going to put that.
Question.
Yep.
With tissue paper, if I don't have that fancy sticker roll, do you recommend like a glue stick, or what is your other adhesive?
Do you have any type of
preference?
double-sided adhesive?
Like a tape runner?
You could use a tape runner.
Okay. I didn't know if that would like cool it. You know what I'm saying? Like if it would.
It might be a little bit harder. You'll have to figure out like the physics of it. Like,
I
what-
would suggest taping your page, because I just did this with paper that would, if you put it on the back of stuff, put your glue on your page and then stick your tissue paper to the page.
Yes.
That's how you can use it.
That is absolutely
Don't do it
how
on the
to.
back of tissue paper.
Yes.
Otherwise,
Thank you,
it'll stick to
Kinjal.
your tape. Yeah, that's okay. I just did it. So I did it with
Yes,
the back of a coffee thing, because it wouldn't stick to the back of the coffee thing. But yeah.
Hold on, can you repeat that? I totally zoned out, and I'm literally using tissue paper right now.
If you can't get your tape runner to stick to the back of the tissue paper, stick it to your page and then put your paper onto the glue.
Oh yeah, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah,
Or you can get into a very
Never occurred to me.
you can get into a very sticky mess using the double-sided tape.
Yeah.
I just tried to use a napkin, and my good learning is don't use a size that is too big, because when you come to use it, it all crinkles up.
Yeah, and especially with the napkin, you can do what Kinjal suggested and put the glue down first.
Yeah, absolutely. I've just got my roll of double-sided tape. So
Oh, nice.
I must use it, but no, I had too large of an area. So yeah, good learning there.
Always good to learn.
Absolutely, and it's got some lovely crinkles in it, and I've used a sticker that says it doesn't have to be perfect.
Perfect. That is perfect. Right? I mean, you need to do something that's not perfect in order to use the sticker, so. Absolutely wonderful. All right, I'm going to rip this one again. We'll get a cool look. To do controlled ripping, keep your thumbs and your pointer fingers like close together and like pinch here and then just pull. And just, if you move your thumbs apart too much, like if you try to do it this way, you're going to have much less control over where that rip happens. But if you just keep your thumb there and just pull like this, you can rip in a straight line. So we'll stick this down.
But so were you the one that mentioned the calligraphy paper for gel prints?
Yes.
I have.
Yeah, I got Hanshi paper from Daiso. And it takes the ink beautifully. It takes the paint, the ink, and it has a really nice, like, almost fuzzy texture to it.
Mm-hmm. And also on the back end, on the flip side, it has like almost like that waxy thing, and it pulls off the gel print really nice too.
Yes.
Like so, you get both textures for like super cheap too.
Yeah, it's not expensive paper. I was surprised. Like I got 50 sheets for $2.
I was gonna say, I think I spent like $8 and I got like 100 sheets or something like that. Like
Yeah, even on Blick, it's not that expensive. I think it is. It's like $7.99 for 100 sheets.
And it's so much better. I had been doing gel plates just on like printer paper because like it was the thinnest thing I had.
Yeah.
And it's so much more, like it's so much more fun to do.
The other paper that's really good is sulfite paper, which is essentially thinner construction paper. And Blick also sells one of those. Like I got a ream of that. Like I got 500 sheets of that for $12. And it feels like copy paper. It feels like printer paper, but you can tell that it's not. And the slight difference makes the pull so much better. I was so surprised. I was like, this is just copy paper. And then I started using it, and it is much better.
Yeah.
So if you want some, like, you know, regular paper, also, the sulfite paper, highly recommend that sulfite paper. So I'm just going to stick this stuff around here. We'll cut that and put that somewhere. And just have fun. I wanted to do that, like, fun things more than anything during our little celebration today. Stuff that I do all the time, but also, like, stuff that's just fun. So I made more of these tissue paper stickers the other day because I love them so much. So literally just give yourself some texture. So there's lots of texture on here. There's a big spot over here where I might need something. Let's rip some of this. So we got the blue and the orange. Yeah, and that could go there too. Yeah, that's just gonna stick down. Just like that. All right, friends, now we've got a cool background. So normally what I would do when I create a cool background is I'm going to grab a photo or a sticker or something that makes me feel these same vibes. So this is all like bright and happy and fun. So let's find a photo that goes with that. Let's pull out the new, I have new photos. I got new photos the other day. So
where'd you get your photos printed, Kristen?
These were printed at Persnickety Prints.
Okay. What do you like about them?
Just the quality.
Got it.
The quality is excellent. Ooh, we could do a winter page on our fun background. I think I like that.
Because wasn't it winter like Thursday afternoon for you?
Oh, yes, Wednesday morning. But it was summer by the time that Wednesday afternoon came by, so I feel like maybe the story is already played out.
Yeah, I think that's the story right there on that page.
So I'm going to take this, and then I'm going to just, like, cut it. And I will actually use my paper trimmer for this. So that I make sure to get a straight cut. And then that's just going to go there and there. I really love, like, black and white stuff and lots of color. Like, I'm a huge fan of that juxtaposition. So we'll get that on there. We'll get a little sticker. We'll make our little scrapbook page. It'll be cute and adorable. Get the extra glue off of there. Anybody else have any questions while we're still making? So we do this every month.
I really like the way that you cut things to put them on. You can have them together, but they're on separate pages.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't restrict the size then.
Exactly. You get to play around and it's fun. Stick my stamp over here. I'll put that over there for later. I need letter stickers. This is fine. Does this have a question mark? It does not have a question mark. I would really like letter stickers that have a question mark. Do I have those? I don't think I do. Not, like, easily. Or they're just way too big. So, we'll do, like... Oh, I could just do Fake Spring. That's a good title. Fake Spring. So I don't need a W.
That's perfect. We have that here in Seattle too. Like in rotation every 10 days.
Yeah.
I was thinking of oh, sorry, Kristen, go ahead.
I was just saying I'm just ready for consistent weather.
Mm-hmm. Like pick one. I was thinking about what you said earlier about in the first hour about space and taking up space. And I think for me, one of the biggest things about my art practice that shifted it to a daily practice that aligns with what you're creating here was having a space where I didn't have to break it down and set it up again every day.
Yes.
And I could just kind of come in, do the thing, and then like go to work and whatever. That was back when I was working a job. And
that's a huge part of it.
Yeah.
Because that really, really, really eats up into your creative time. And like not just the actual time of it, but like your mental energy of the decisions of taking stuff out and cleaning it up. It's exhausting.
Yep. Even today, I forgot to cover my palette last night when I was done painting, and so now I'm having to like rebuild it again, and it's like taking time, and I almost didn't, and I was like, there's a lot I can do for where these paintings are in 30 minutes. Like, just load the palette, get over it.
Yes, absolutely. So
yeah, it's nicer when it's just there.
It is. It's nice when it's just easy and set up, and you don't have to worry about it being in the way. And sometimes that's an actual like space shift, and sometimes that's a mindset shift. Sometimes it's both.
Yes. Usually it's both. Yeah. Like I remember when my husband and I were house hunting 10 years ago, I was like, we were talking about like what are our deal breakers or like must-haves and deal breakers. And one of mine was, besides being walking distance to a grocery store, was I have to have space for a studio. Yeah. My husband was like, well, is that important? I was like, yeah. Like I can do without a living room sooner than I can do without our studio space.
Well, my studio is half of our living room.
Thing up here, like, I mean, we moved and at first it wasn't like a deal breaker, but then as we were looking and I realized, okay, we have to be in this certain price point anyway. I was like, no. I'm an adult and I really want to be able to make things.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you guys say studio, I say Lego room. It's the same thing.
It is the same. It is the same.
Sometimes those Legos are good cover.
They are.
Baseball.
And it's another way to be creative.
Yep.
All right,
if
friends.
If you come join Rebel Scrapbook School, you'll hear all about our Lego adventures.
You will hear all about the Lego adventures. I like how this page came out. I'm very happy with it.
It's so good, Kristen.
It's fun stuff. Yeah, so fast. Like, it's really nice. You set yourself up for success. Like, you make those sticker paper things earlier, and it doesn't have to be tissue paper. You could just stick, pre-stick other stuff. You could doodle on sticker paper. Like, you don't have to get the sticker paper and stick it through your printer. You can, like, just paint on it, and it's also really fun. And that's super fast. So that's super awesome. All right, I am going to flip around and tell you about all the things one more time. And then we're going to do some giveaways. And I will be here for any Q&A. I'm going to stick around if anyone has any questions. And I want to see, we're going to do a little, like, everybody hold up their page, share time as well. So let's flip over so that you can see all of that. It's more me, it's more daily pages. Hi, everybody. I'm going to turn my lights off so that I look better on camera. Here we go. That light's off. That light's off. No, that light's not turning off. That's fine. That's fine. We'll do it on here. Fabulous, fabulous. All right, friends. I'm going to tell you about Daily Pages one more time and all the different things that are available. So, if you had fun with us today, we do this all the time. We do this. I literally have a Daily Pages live every Monday through Friday, noon Eastern. I come and I hang out and I do my daily page like I just did for about a half an hour. Everybody is here hanging out, making stuff, and then we do a little bit of a share time. And it is a really, 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 really great way to get inspiration to actually sit and make your projects. And it's also a great way to learn how to not make your projects, like how to, show up, and sometimes you're not going to make something. Sometimes you're just going to organize your desk, or sometimes you're just going to have to call the doctor's office and you need some moral support. So you just sit and, watch everybody create while you're on the phone on hold. It's not an everyday thing. Like, I'm there every day. I'm there Monday through Friday. And when I'm not there Monday through Friday, somebody else is. Somebody else is there. So there's always this available space Monday through Friday at noon Eastern And I'm very, very rarely not there. So, but the once in a while where I'm not, everyone still gets together. So you've got this space every day, Monday through Friday, where you can come and you can create and you can make in a really great supportive environment. And it's so lovely. This is available. So I have a 3-tiered system. At $8 a month, you can come and join us every first Saturday of the month for a Daily Pages workshop. At the Daily Pages Inner Circle, which is, I think it's whatever the 20% off price is right now, which is like $143.25, whatever 20% off of $179 is. Then you can come and hang out with us every day, Monday through Friday, noon Eastern. It's literally less than 80 cents for a session. Come and hang out, make stuff. It is a really, really, really great way for you to build this habit and figure out how this habit works for you and get an insane amount of inspiration. And even if you can't join us all the time, you could join us, pop in whenever you want, watch all the archives, watch the accountabilities. It's a really great place to learn to build your creative journaling habit. Oh, I realized I did not, well, I guess we talked about your minimum viable success. So like, think about one of those things. One of your minimum viable successes. Is it one sticker? Is it one sentence? Is it one page? What is the least that you are acceptable? Like, what is the least acceptable creativity that you're willing to give yourself? And think about it. Like, it's a lot easier for me as somebody who has like an active chronic pain condition. There are very specific days where I can do very little. Like, my body is making that choice. Like, nope, this is all you can do. Think about those days. What are the hardest days? And then what can you accomplish on those hard days? And that's your minimum bar. Be honest with yourself. Be like radically honest about what you can actually get done. Because there's nothing wrong with wanting to get more done than you have time. There's nothing wrong with having dreams and goals and idealized versions of what you would like your project to look like. The problem comes in is when that's what your expectations are. Your expectations need to be a little bit more realistic. And that comes with kindness to yourself. It comes with showing up. It comes with seeing other people be kind to themselves. So if you would like to join a group of people who are very kind to themselves in their creativity, this is it. This is where you're at. So today and tomorrow, there's 20% off all newsletter subscriptions. So you can sign up for the basic newsletter, and it's $6 and however many cents, $6.40 a month. And that does not change. Those are like, this is the time to sign up, and that'll stay your subscription price until you cancel. So I'm going to drop the link to the one link that rules them all. And you've got that. Welcome, welcome. So newsletter upgrade, Inner Circle upgrade. And then I wasn't going to talk much about Feminist Scrapbook School today because this was very, very Daily Pages. If you want everything that I have to offer, if you want to just come and hang out with me and you want to learn all the things that I've taught, if you want to do a book of me, if you want to come and get some one-on-one coaching on Wednesday nights, if you want to learn all of the stuff and be at all of the places, Feminist Scrapbook School is where it's at. I will drop the link to Feminist Scrapbook School also in here. I have to write that out because I did not plan on chatting about that too much. Because the celebration is all about the newsletter and the Inner Circle membership. I really want you guys to get your Daily Pages habits built up. And bonus, first 20 people to sign up for Inner Circle will get a hand-curated collage kit shipped out next week. Yeah, we want to have you. Come and join us. Come for the journaling and stay for the friendships. Monday through Friday, live, noon Eastern.